Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing? So, let me adjust that mic. There we go. So, this is a kind of late update, but it is the update for week number 3 of the movie Marquee challenge that I'm doing with Sandy from Crochet A Canada. It's a little late coming because of my trip this last week. Kind of set everything back a little bit. I have catching up to do. I'm not very caught up. I'm just gonna let you guys know that now, but I'll still show you what I got done in just a second. If you don't know what I'm rambling about, if it's your first time joining us here with this challenge, this year-long challenge, the movie Marquee challenge is something that Sandy had thought up. It's her brainchild. It is every month, Sandy and I take turns. January was Sandy's month, and then February was my month. March was Sandy's month, back and forth, you get the picture. And we had picked, at the beginning of the year, movies. And we're drawing them. Sorry, it's very late at night / early in the morning for me, so my brain, that's when I've been doing a lot of videos lately, so it's like that's been my excuse a lot lately. But anyway, we excuse me, are picking the movies. Yes, that's where I was at. And for the month, are drawing inspiration from that movie poster. We will obviously show you the movie poster, and we are inviting you guys along to do projects with us. I am doing blankets, as you know. As you probably know, I should say. Maybe you have not been around long enough to know that that is my thing, my area, my forte, my preferred thing to crochet. I mean, I do other things, but I really like blankets. Sandy has been doing a plethora of things. She's been switching it up a lot more. Everybody that has joined in on the Facebook group, we have had full blankets, baby blankets, lapgans. There's been cardigans, there's been squares. Some people are doing a square per month and making a blanket at the end of the year. There's been doll blankets. Some people, I think it was just one lady has been doing doll blankets based off the movies. And what else has there been? I know there's been other stuff. There's been some amigurumi, I'm pretty sure. There's been cool stuff. But we ask that you post on the Facebook groups that we have listed down below. Like both of our groups I have listed down below. They're both on Sandy's videos also. And her links are listed down below also, like to her YouTube and such. So if you are not familiar with Sandy, you should go familiarize yourself. She's awesome, and I guarantee you'll love her. But yeah, so this month, anyway, this month was Sandy's draw. And she has picked Purple Rain. Quite the iconic 80s movie, from what I understand. I mean, it was, I know it was. I say from what I understand just because I personally have not seen it. Which is a surprise. Because I would have thought all the really big 80s movies I would have probably have seen by now. And B, even though harder rock is more my thing, I like Prince. I like Prince, but I don't know, I'm not as obsessed with Prince. If you sit me down and go, Heather, name off 10 Bon Jovi songs right now, I can just, right there. I can list my favorite Prince songs, but I mean, there's probably 4 or 5 of them that I can tell you off the top of my head, and then I'll be struggling, So I don't know. I guess it's a surprise, but it's not, I guess. But I feel like I should have seen it. I feel like I probably should go see it. But that being said, You don't have to watch the movie. Obviously, I have not seen it. To crochet along with us and make a project, because it's just from the colors of the cover of the movie poster, which I'm going to show you right now while I'm in this babble-thon going on. The poster I'm going to put up right here so you can see the different colors involved. See, just because it's Purple Rain, it's not entirely purple, as you can see now, if you haven't been familiar with it. Yeah, there's like an orangey color, there's gold, there's black, there's gray, there's white, there's brown tones, there's, I'm trying to remember because obviously you're looking at it, I'm not. There's obviously purple and different tones of purple, and this and that. But yeah, so you know that I, decided, instead of the anniversary cake, which I did start working up the anniversary cakes that I was going to use into a pattern that I decided to use, but I don't want to say I abandoned it because I do plan to use it, but for this challenge I decided to go a different route. So for the time being I abandoned it. It's still being thought of and I'm still going to use it, and I'm still excited to use my anniversary cakes, but what I'm using is these right here that I have been hoarding up, these Eco Brights from Loops and Threads, which is from Michaels, which is deliciously soft. Like, I knew they were soft feeling them, but oh my gosh, the softness is amazing. I am absolutely in love. And what I have done is I have decided, let me move this before I end up killing something on my table. I have decided to do like a vintage pattern because, well, like vintage 80s. I mean, it's still hard for me since I was I was a very tiny baby in the 80s, but that being said, or even just because I love the 80s, it's hard for me to think of them as vintage. But I decided to do a pattern that was popular in the 80s anyway. So I searched around until I found one that was definitely around. I have it linked below. I can't think of the name of the Wavy Shells blanket, I think it's called. And you're meant to make it here. I have a strip because here's one of my progresses. You're meant to make it in these strips. And I have done that in this case right here. I think the pattern wants you to make like 10 of them. I may end up making slightly more than 10 because I did make, when it wants you to repeat certain rows, like say this is rows 7 through 13 or whatever, it wants you to repeat that X amount of times. I think that ends up making like 23 or 24 shells, and I ended up making 26 shells in total. So you can see the shells, how they stack. So I may make an extra 1 or 2, or just, we'll see how wide it is depending on the length. We'll just see what makes sense by the end of the day, by the end of the month. But it's these strips. And what they want you to do, what the instructions say to do, is to loosely sew them together. I'm not sewing them together. You guys already know that. I guess I would. It's not like I've never sewn anything together. The most recent thing I think that I've sewn together is the hopper blanket, the hopper cabin blanket that I made from last year. But I'll do it if I need to. But I like doing different variations of the continuous join that I'm so in love with. But I couldn't quite wrap my brain around that one with this pattern because of the back and forth and how they fit together, because the next one will fit, like this part fits in here and all that. So I basically did like a zigzag join on them, but in opposite colors. So if I'm using these colors back here, this is in the color peach. The gray is in the color cement. And the purple is in the color, I think it's just called purple. And I think I've added a strip or so since you guys have seen it. And most of my edges have been sewn in, but what's left is, this is like the zigzag color. I have not sewn that in because I'm going to sew that into the border when I do it. But see, like, it's opposing colors. Like this join is the purple. This join is the gray. The one that really stands out is the orange. But my thought was, this is already like the 80s kind of pattern. And it's got like, it's meant to have like a paisley look with the different, let me turn it this way, maybe it'll be a little more, not really, it's kind of the same. But with the different colors on the sides and everything of each strip, I thought maybe this would be like a crochet homage to paisley, since, you know, 80s and all, with prints especially. So that is the idea behind it. But yeah, so I have that. I'm really, really liking it. I may have had this much together last time that I showed you. And I had big plans on my trip of getting a lot of crochet done on the drive and this and that just didn't happen for reasons. But I did get this strip done. That'll be the next strip attached. And I got this one mostly done. Oof. And I am about to start my days off. So actually, when you're seeing this, I've started my days off. But when I'm filming this, I just started it. So I'm going to have to sleep very soon. So hopefully by the time you're actually seeing this, I will be much further along. But I have, I think, 5 or 6 more shells to do on this one also. And then I'm going to join these two onto it, and that will make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll make 6 of them. So I just have 4 more to go according to the pattern and a border. So we'll see how this goes. But this last week I might make it on crunch time and not have a late blanket because I have a night at work, which actually, this is kind of cool. We have cleaners coming, and we get to close down early. And somebody's got to stay there while the cleaners clean. But the whole area is basically torn up, and I can't get to my paperwork. I can't get to do anything because they're blocking all the way. I can only, like, there's this area to be in. And I get to sit there. And it'll probably be me and Damon, actually. And because there has to be 2 of us at the store. And we basically just have to wait till they're done, make sure they don't leave a big mess, and clean up afterwards and go home. And they tend to take like 2, 3, 4 hours so I get to just chill and observe. So I'm going to crochet. And that's going to be my catch-up time. And then you may have noticed the countdown getting very, very low, single-digit low for Stranger Things. And yes, I'm that girl. You already know I asked off for this coming Friday because that is Stranger Things release day, Friday. So I am going to be able to crochet and watch Stranger Things. Like, I probably, honestly, let's be honest, I probably won't the first time. I imagine the first time I watch it when it's released at like 3 in the morning, I'm going to be like, but I know I'm going to watch it more than once in the day because I'm crazy. And then I'll probably crochet or something along. Yeah, I know. But yeah, so I have plans to catch up. We'll see how it goes. But this ended up being kind of a crazy month for both Sandy and myself. Sandy's was probably a little more good of a reason. But yeah, I think we'll both get this done. We can do this, and you guys can too. So definitely, I hope you guys are joining along, and I hope we get to see what you do. Just in case we don't make it, we'll get to see some finished projects. So that would be lovely. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna go. And I'm going to get this video up, and I have more videos to do because I am getting myself back on schedule now. We're going to do this, guys. We're going to do this. All right. I will talk to you very soon. I love you. Bye, guys.